Okay. So I'm here right before 9 p.m. Yeah. So but I haven't done a few things, like I haven't made the thumbnail, like I haven't changed the title there. So I will be doing that, and then we'll be starting in 5 minutes. So just give me that much time. There are like lots of tabs open. Yeah, and the topic that we're going to discuss today is models and scatter plots, that is two variable data. That was on demand. And after this, we'll again move to the algebra word problems. Okay. Both my they're sitting on either sides, and we're covering models and scatter plots. I think I can make it a little bigger. I am just going to download it. Not all the pages, just page 2. Yeah, at this point, I'm just talking to myself. So, yeah, forgive me about that. And no. That's not where I wanted to go. Yeah. And the name is and it is done. Models and scatter plots. Just the thumbnail we're going to change. Yeah. So yeah, that has been done. There's still 2 minutes remaining. So I will just see if you can see. Yeah, you can see the questions. So today I have not arranged them. So I just need, I have it. Sorry. Pen and paper. So in total, there are 45 questions that we will be doing today. And now further delay, we'll start it. Now there's just 1 more minute. So I'll just drink water. Yeah. Yeah, bikes. Algebra का PDF drive में नहीं. I know that. I've been delaying it, but I will upload it for today for sure. Hi, Spev. Hi. So algebra का कोई सा भी नहीं है, percentages का भी नहीं है, so I will upload it for today for sure. Yeah. Now let's start with the questions, the easy questions first. So question number 2 is an easy one. Okay, so for of the following, which is the best model for the data in the scatter plot? So if you can see, this is a quadratic equation, so it has to be a quadratic equation. Now, what can we what can we see about the graph? So if you can see, the y-intercept is 20. And all the options are in standard form. So in ax square plus bx plus c, a is 2. We all know that because it is 2 for everything. So we just have to identify the value of b and the value of c. So if you see y-intercept is 20, so c is going to be 20 because c is your y-intercept in standard form. So you just have to see where you have 2x squared plus bx plus 20. There's only one option where you have plus 20, so this is your answer. Okay, so just look at the y-intercept and that should be equal to the value of c. That's about it. Here. Now the next question that we're going to do is third one, because third one is also an easy question. Also, let me mark the question numbers. So in third one also, a heated cup of coffee is removed from a heat source and the cup of coffee is then left in a room that is kept at a constant temperature. Graph shows the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit of the coffee immediately after being removed from the heat source and at 10-minute intervals thereafter, okay? During which of the following 10-minute interval does the temperature of the coffee decreases at the greatest average rate? So during which of the following 10-minute intervals temperature of the coffee decreases at the greatest average rate? So now you will just join the points using lines and see which one is having the highest change. So you can see this is the highest one because then it keeps getting smaller. The lines are getting constant and constant. So this is the interval where the greatest average rate is. So average rate is nothing but your slope. And that is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And because we're talking about the 10-minute interval, so it has to be y2 minus y1 over 10. Basically, you have to see where the greatest change is happening between the two y values. You can see it is happening in this interval 0 to 10. Okay? So the answer is between 0 and 10 minutes. Yeah. I hope that is clear. Now the next question. Fourth one is also an easy question. A scatter plot shows the relationship between two variables x and y. Line of best fit is shown below, which is the equation. Because it's a linear line, it should be y is equal to mx plus b. So again, b is your y-intercept. Look at the y-intercept. Y-intercept is 13 point something. All right, because it is between 12 and 14. It's actually 13.5 if you look closely at it. So now if you look at the values, y is equal to negative 13.5 is not there. The only options are 13.5 plus 0.8x, 13.5 minus 0.8x. Now if you will see, this is a decreasing graph, so the slope is going to be negative. You don't need to find the value, you just have to know that the slope is negative. Why? Because the graph is decreasing. So I know my slope value is going to be negative. So again, this option is gone because here the slope is positive. Option B is your answer. So you always look for y-intercept whenever scatter plots are given. And then if that is not sufficient, then you look for some other thing. Okay. Now the next easy question is question number 5. Over here, the scatter plot, again, the scatter plot is given to you, high temperature on a certain day and the elevation of 8 different locations in the Lake Tahoe Basin. A line of best fit is shown. What temperature is predicted by the line of best fit for a location in Lake Tahoe Basin with an elevation of 8,500 feet? So here elevation is given as 8,500. 8,500 is this elevation. And you have to find the temperature. So you just go up and see where it is meeting the graph. As you can see, the temperature is 39 over here. So answer is 39 degree Fahrenheit because at 8,500, the value of temperature is 39. Now question number 6. Again, the line graph is given to you. Percentage of cars for sale at a used car lot on a given day by model year. For what model year is the percent of cars for sale the smallest? So where the percentage is smallest, so you have to look at the minimum point. You can see this is your minimum point because there's nothing below it. So it is happening in 2014. So the cars of the sale is smallest in 2014. So the answer is going to be 2014. Yeah, 5 and 6, both of them are easy. Now next is question number 12. The line graph is given to you from 2001 to 2007, okay? Within 24 months, number of who enrolled in college within 24 months of graduation. Okay. Of the following, which class had the fewest graduates who enrolled in college within 24 months of graduation? Fewest graduates, that means again we are looking at the minimum point. So if you can see, this is the minimum point, right? Because this is also above, this is also above, everything else is above. And this year is 2002. So in 2002, there were the fewest graduates who enrolled in college. Next is question number 13. So Theresa ran on a treadmill for 30 minutes and her time and speed are shown on the graph above. According to the graph, which of the following statements is not true concerning Theresa's run? Theresa ran at a constant speed for 5 minutes. That's true because from 0 to 5 there's a single line. They want to know not true, so this is true, so this option is gone. Theresa's speed was increasing for a longer period of time than it was decreasing. So it is increasing for 5 minutes here and then 20 to 25, 5 minutes here. So it's increasing for 10 minutes and it is it's decreasing far more. This is 10 and this is 15 minutes. INC means increase, DEC means decrease. So this should be our answer, but let's see other options as well. Theresa's speed decreased at a constant rate during the last 5 minutes. Oh, my bad. First one is saying she ran at a constant for 5 minutes. So constant speed is over here. Yes, that's true, because 5 to 10 for 5 minutes, she had the constant speed of miles per hour. For the last 5 minutes, yes, it is decreasing. That's also gone, because that is also true. So Teresa's speed reached its maximum during the last 10 minutes. So last 10 minutes are 20 to 30. And yes, here it is maximum. So that's also true. So the only option that is not correct is option B, because it is increasing only for 10 minutes, but it is decreasing for 15 minutes. Question number 16. Scatter plot shows the relationship between two variables x and y. A line of best fit is also shown. Again, you have to find the equation. So look at the y-intercept. Y-intercept is 3. Because it is between 2 and 4, so it's very close to 3. And slope is increasing. It's a positive slope. And B is approximately 3. This is your y-intercept. So approximately equal to 3 is 2.8. So these two options are gone. Then it's a positive slope. So this is the correct answer. So this means it is approximately equal to 3. So very close to 3 is 2.8, not negative. So y-intercept is positive. Slope is also positive. So option A is the correct answer. So this is question number 20. So the densities of different concentrations of grape juice are shown in the scatter plot above. According to the trend shown by the data, which of the following is closest to the predicted density? Okay. With a concentration of 60%. So what do you have to do? Draw the line. You can see this is a straight line. So draw it. Now for 60%, if you see, our options are, let's say, because you will not be having the annotated option, so I'm looking if we can find it without the annotated option. So when 60%, its value is between 1250. It's between these 2 points. So 1200 doesn't work, 1250 also doesn't work, 1350 also doesn't work, 1300 is your correct answer. Got it? How we got it? Because it has to be greater than 1250. So 1250 is not the option, because 1250 is not for 60%, because you're extending the line. And it has to be less than 1350, actually much less than 1350, because 1350 is bigger than that. So 1250, 1350 are not the options. Anything less than 1250 is not the option. Anything greater than 1350 is not the option. So there's only one value between these two, that is 1300. So that's your answer. Okay. Because you will not be able to draw like I'm able to draw the line. If I'm able to draw the line, let me make a very good line because this wasn't good. So yeah, you can see at 60% you're getting exactly 1300. So 1300 is your answer. You just have to look where your answer will be. It should be between 1250 and 1350, greater than 1250, less than 1350. The only option was 1300 for the previous question. Now this question, again, the line graph is given to you, between which two consecutive years means 2003, 2004 are consecutive years. 2004, 2005 are consecutive years. Okay. was it the greatest change in the number of 3D movies released? So again, you have to see where the y2 minus y1 value, because x2 minus x1 is just 1, because they're talking about 2 consecutive years. So where the change in y is the greatest one. You can see from the graph only the greatest change is over here. And if you want, you can find out also. No need to find out, but yeah, you can. This is 45. This is 25, so the change is 20. And if you will see over here, this is 20. Is, let's say, something like 7. All right. So that's lesser than this. So the answer is going to be 2010 to 2011. That's your answer. Next is question number 24. So an airplane descends from an altitude of 9,500 feet to 5,000 feet at a constant rate of 400 feet per minute. It's a constant rate. Constant rate means it's going to be linear. So exponential ones are gone. And now look at the values. It descends. Descends means it's going down. And you can see the values also 9,500 to 5,000 feet. So it's decreasing. So this is decreasing linear. Okay. Ascents means increasing, descents means decreasing, and even they've given you the values are going from 9,500 to 5,000. That is decreasing. All right. And constant rate means linear. So that's your answer. Next is question number 26. IDs are also given over here. Which of the following could be an equation for a line of best fit for the data? So again, we'll just see the slope and the y-intercept. Y-intercept is 6. So it should be plus 6, and there's only one option with that. And slope is negative. You can see that because it's decreasing. But you don't even need that. Minus VE means negative. That's my shortcut of writing negative. Twenty-seventh, the graph shows a relationship between the speed of a particular car and the braking distance. How many feet greater will the car's braking distance be? How many feet greater? That means you have to do subtraction. There are two different values that you have to compare. Car's braking distance B. Okay. Car is traveling at 50 miles per hour. Then when the car is traveling at 30 miles per hour. So this is 50 miles per hour between 40 and 60. And this value is approximately 200. This is your speed. This is your braking distance. And at 30, this is 100. It's actually not exactly 200. It's little greater than 200. Yeah. So let's say 220. So subtraction is going to be approximately 120. So you see the value closest to 120, and that is 125. So that's your answer. So this value, you cannot like always judge what is the exact value going to be. So this exact value is 225. Okay. That is it. Next is 29th. So number of chipmunks in a state park on April 1 of each year from 1989 to 1999. Number of chipmunks in the state park, the greatest. Greatest is this point, and this is the year 1994, the year I was born. I was born in 1994, yeah, great. So the answer is 1994. Next is question number 13. 30, I mean to say, not 13. So date, okay, something is given for 11 different days, okay. According to the line of best fit, what is the number of people rounded to nearest 10? So in these questions, it's important to read the question because everything else, they're just explaining what the scatter plot is about. Predicted to visit this beach on a day with an average temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. So this is your 32 degrees Celsius. Predicted value is 480. Nearest 10 is 480 only. So 10s are your 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 like that. So 480 is your answer. Next is 33. The scatter plot is showing the temperature in degree Fahrenheit by meteorologists at various times X and days since June 1, sorry. During which of the time periods did the greatest increase in the record temperature take place? So just, okay, you see where the greatest change is happening. You can see it's from here to here. Because everywhere else it is just decreasing. There's only one period where it is increasing. So greatest increase or lowest increase, it doesn't matter because that's the only period where your temperature is increasing. Time period is between 2 to 3 days. From x is equal to 2 to x is equal to 3. Next is 34. So a study was done to determine a new car's stopping distance when it was traveling at different speeds. The study was done on a dry road with good surface conditions. Okay, the quadratic function is also given. According to the model, which of the following is the best estimate for the stopping distance in feet if the vehicle was traveling 55 miles per hour? So speed is 55, so it's on the x-axis. And 55 is going to be over here, between 40 and 60, closer to 60. It's closer to 200. There's only one option, 210, because it's not 250 because that's at 60. Not even at 60, it's taking more than 60. So 210 is our only possible option. Next is 35. Again, this is a linear graph. You have to find the equation. So your y-intercept is approximately 10. It is decreasing. So negative 1.9x plus 10.1 makes most sense because your slope should be negative. So these two options are gone. Your slope is, your y-intercept is positive 10.1. So that's our answer. Again, your b value of the y-intercept is 10.1. M has to be negative because it is decreasing. So y is equal to negative ax plus 10 approximately. This is the one that matches close. Next is 36. So scatter plot above shows the high temperature on a certain day and elevation of 8 different locations in lake. Again, it's Lake Tahoe Basin. Which of the following statements best describes the association between the elevation and the temperature of locations? As elevation is increasing, temperature tend to increase. No, it's decreasing. As elevation increases, temperature tends to decrease. That is correct, because when elevation is increasing, temperature is decreasing. As elevation decreases, temperature is decreasing. No, temperature is increasing in that ways. Because if you're going here, it's increasing. There is no association. That's not correct. There's clearly an association. Right? So it's option B. No association means you can't, it's not going to be linear quadratic. There's no, you cannot predict what kind of a function it is going to be. But here you can directly see it's a linear, decreasing linear function. Next is 43. Yeah, so my younger one is trying to sleep and she's like doing this and then she's getting up like that. So that is why I'm laughing. Anyways, question number 43. Scatter plot is given. You have to write the, okay, you have to find the slope of the line of best fit. So one thing is sure, that the slope is positive. So these two options are gone. And now, um, when you're increasing x by 1, y is not increasing by more than 1 because you're not even going from 0 to 1. So the answer is 0.44. 2.27 means you were going from here to up to here. That's not happening, right? Because this change is smaller than 1. So smaller than 1 is 0.44. Okay, we can see anywhere. Here also, you're not even changing by 1 because you're not even going from 1 to 2. It's between 1 to 2. So that is why your slope is going to be 0.44. No need to find the exact value. Okay. Oh my God, how can I get the slope? No need. Or if you want, you can see at 4 it is 2, at 3 it is approximately 1.7 or 1.8. You can take 1.75. Yeah, so if you will try to go to find the exact value, you will not be able to get it. So it's approximately closer to, it's less than 1. So there's only one option, less than 1. And the last easy question is question number 45. Wow. 21 questions are easy out of 45. That's like almost half of it. So the scatter plot shows the densities of 7 planetoids in grams per cubic centimeter. The line of best fit is shown. That is just garbage, so I don't even read it. Astronomer discovered a new planetoid about 1.2 AU from the sun. According to the line of best fit, which of the following best approximates the density of planetoid? You want the density, that's the Y value, in grams per cubic centimeter, 1.2 AU. So at 1.2, you can see the value is between slightly greater than 4.5. 4.6 is your answer. And that is it. We're done with the easy questions. Now we'll do the medium questions, but we'll do that after break, and I do it always. I'm going to leave this question for you. I'll be right back from a quick washroom break. It might take me a little time because I have to go to the washroom. But yeah. So over here, the scatter plot is given to you. The relationship is also given. Line of best fit is shown. So which you have to find the difference between the y coordinate of the data point with x is equal to 1 and the y value predicted by line of best fit at x is equal to 1. So try to get the answer, those who can, and I'll be right back. I'm back. So we'll start with this question. So in scatter plots, there are always two values, actual value and the predicted value. Actual value is the points that you can see. Predicted value is whatever shape they've given you. If they're making the line or the curve, whatever curve or shape they're making, points on those line or curve are your predicted values. So over here, your actual value is going to be at x is equal to 1, it is going to be 12. So this is your actual value or the data that you have collected. Okay. Now your predicted value is going to be, which is over here on the line at x is equal to 1 only. Because this is all prediction. You're just trying to predict something and you're trying to get the line of best fit. So there's always going to be some error. So as you can see at x is equal to 1, actual value is 12, predicted value is 11. So the difference is going to be, closest to the difference is going to be 1. It is not exactly 1, but the closest answer is 1. I hope you understood that. Where's my notebook? Just give me 1 second. Oh, there it is. Now the next question is going to be question number 7 that we are going to check. Yeah, this is also medium. Yeah, this is a weird kind of shape, okay? Shows the momentum in Newton seconds of an object x seconds after the object started moving. Time is given, momentum is given. What is the average rate of change from x is equal to 2 to x is equal to 6? So like I told you, average rate of change is just your slope. And this is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. x2 is 6, x1 is 2. So you just have to get the point, like at x is equal to 6, what is the y value? And at x is equal to 2, what is the y value? So if you go here, at x is equal to 2, the point is 2 comma 6. And at 6, it is 6 comma 8. So if you see, we are going 2 up, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. So average rate of change is going to be 2/4, that is 1/2. So 1/2 or 0.5 we can write as your answer. This is 8, this is 6. So it will be 8 minus 6 over 6 minus 2, 2 over 4. You can also do algebraically, or you can do it from here as well. We're going 2 up and then 4 to the right. So 2/4 is your average rate of change. Okay? An average rate of change, we always make the secant line. This is known as your secant line. You don't need to know the secant line for ICD, but yeah, this is about it. This is a topic from pre-calc. Okay. Now question number 8, the average rate of change is from pre-calc. But it is just the slope y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It doesn't matter whether the function is linear or non-linear. We're assuming that it is linear and then finding the slope for average rate of change. Yeah. Now the scatter plot is given. Which of the following is closest to the slope? So slope is decreasing. First thing is that. So m is negative. So option A and option B you can rule out. You're only left with option C and option D. So again, you see, when you're going from 0 to 1, how much is the change? It's less than 1 because you're going from 8 to 7 approximately. So it's approximately closer to -1. Answer is -0.7. Because 7 would mean that you're going 7 down. We're just going from 0 to 1. That is not happening, right? So -0.7 is your answer. Next is question number 9. Okay, which of the following is true about the values of 2 to the power x and 2x plus 2? So they want to know. So for this one, you can use Desmos. I'll have to open it up. It is not already open. Like you can do it without Desmos as well, but I would prefer because you'll be able to see the graphs more clearly. So you have 2 to the power x and you have 2x plus 2. Perfect. 2x plus 2 not equal to 2. I was like, yeah, something is wrong. Yeah, there it is. For all value or for all for all x greater than 2, it is true that 2 to the power x is less than 2x plus 2. So if you look at it, no. Initially the exponential is smaller, but then it becomes greater. So that is what we're looking for. That initially it's smaller, but then it becomes greater. So option A and option B are gone. There is a constant c such that between 0 to c, 2 to the power x is smaller, but then it is bigger. That is your answer. Because from 0 to c, the value of c is your 3. 0 to 3 exponential is smaller, 2 to the power x is smaller, and greater than 3 to the power x is bigger. Okay? So option C is your correct answer. Everything else is not correct. So this one we are using Desmos and comparing graphs. Question number 10 is also your medium question. Scatter plot shows the relationship between two variables x and y. A line of best fit is also shown, which is closest to the slope. Again, the slope is a negative value because it is decreasing, so these two options are gone. And we just have to look at approximate. So going from 6 to 7, again you're going from 8 to 7. So again, this is closer to -1. -0.8 is your answer. You can see from here also. We're just changing by 1. Okay. Next is question number 14. Again, the scatter plot is given and the line of best fit is given. At x is equal to 25.5, which of the following is closest to the y value predicted? So line of best fit is just predicting the values. Those are not the actual values. Remember that. So at 25.5, so 25.5 is actually between 24 and 26. So at 24, it's approximately 10. At 26, it's approximately 8. So your answer should be between 8 and 10. And at 25, you can say it's below 9, right? So 8.2 makes most sense. Or this is 25, so 25.5 is going to be here. So you go up You see the value is slightly greater than 8. 8.2 is your answer. Next is question number 15. So an inspector begins a day of work with a large sample of shirts that need to be checked for defects. The inspector works at a constant rate. So they're working with a constant rate, that means it's linear. Exponential is out of the question. Okay, which type of model is best to model the number of shirts remaining to be checked for defects? So remaining to be checked is going to be, the number is going to keep getting smaller, right? Because initially you had all of them to be checked, but now you have started checking it out. So it's decreasing, okay? So it's a linear model with negative slope because decreasing means negative slope. Because remaining to be checked is going to be smaller and smaller, and by the end of the day, there will nothing left to be remaining. There will nothing left to be checked, and initially all of them were to be checked. So remaining amount is decreasing. So 15th is the answer. Pardon my grammar, but I hope you understood the concept. Next is question number 17. Again, line of best fit is given to you. Which of the following is closest to the difference of actual person and the person predicted by the line of best fit? Best fit. For the yeah, because you have to see for where they want the answer. For the charity with the greatest percent of total expenses. So for the charity with the greatest percent of total expenses spent on programs, it's going to be the actual greatest value. So you cannot take this value because the predicted one is highest over here. So the highest point you can see is this one. Slightly greater than 90%. So let me call it 92%. And over here, if you will see, so you just have to drop a vertical line to see what is the predicted value at this particular X value for this particular charity. It's closer to 85%. So you're subtracting them, so it's approximately 7%. You have 7%, so 7% is going to be your answer. Got it? Next is question number 19. Okay, each dot represents the height X in the high jump and distance Y in the long jump made by each student in a group of 20 students. The graph of which of the following equations is a line that most closely fits the data? All right. So if you can see, the slope has to be positive. All the slopes are positive. Okay, so there are two ways of doing this. You make a line. Whatever you feel like. I feel like this is a good approximate. So according to me, the y-intercept has to be positive, and it's closer to 0. So 3.30 is not going to be my option. So there's only one option remaining. And let's check the slope for this one. So when you're going from 1 to 2, you're going from 4 to almost 8. So the gap is 4. So yeah, so the slope is approximately 4. Y-intercept, I&T writing is approximately closer to 1. So slope has to be 3.30 and the y-intercept has to be 0.82. But the exam is going to be digital and you might not have. The other way is there, but that is well, that's just vague. I don't want you to do that because that will take so much of your time. So just try to imagine the line. That is the best course of option over here. I'll come back to this question, doing it with a longer method. Okay. Next medium question is question number 23. Scatter plot is given, line of best fit is shown. Which of the following could be an equation? So the slope is increasing. It is increasing for all of them. The y-intercept is between 10,000 and 20,000, between 10,000 and 20,000. So these two options are gone because B is between 20,000 to 10,000. And now we just have to look at the slope. So you're going from 0 to 5. 40,000 and let's say this is 17,000. Or let me call it 20,000 only. So it will be closer to 4,000 because it's easier to calculate values that ways. You can also put this in Desmos. 40,000 minus 17,000 over 5. Yeah, it's closer to 4,600. So 4,690. But even if you put, because the options are 9,000 and 4,000, so you can take 20,000 also. Choice is yours. So it should be closer to 4,000. The answer is option A. So yeah, that's this one. Next is question number 28. Which of the following relationship between x and the corresponding y values is non-linear? So in the first option, you can see you're adding 3. 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 plus 3 is 14, 14 plus 3 is 17. So when you keep adding a constant value, it's linear, so this is gone. 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 16, so this is also gone. 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 5 is 18, 18 plus 5 is 23, this is also gone. 6 plus 6 is 12, 12 plus 6 is not 24. This is exponential because you're multiplying. You keep multiplying with 2. Alright, so it's going to be option D. Because x is increasing by 1, so you just have to check that your y should also increase or decrease by the same value for it to be linear. If it is not increasing or decreasing by the same value, it is non-linear. For example, over here 6 plus 6 is 12, but 12 plus 6 is not 24. Oh, no, we did this question. I'll just try the name. 32. Which of these could be equation of line of best fit? So over here, you don't need to make the line. You know, it's a positive slope, right? And your y-intercept is definitely not 3 because 3 is over here only. So if you will extend, it is going to approximately 1. So these two options are gone. And now you just see you're going from 10 to 15. This is your 3. Right? Because this is 10, this is closely 15. So the slope is approximately 3. Because again, you're going from 15 to approximately 18. All right? And your y-intercept is definitely less than 3. So this one. All right, and if you can make the line is going to look like this. So it's very close to 0, so 0.8. And yeah, that's it. Next one is question number 38. Hi, free run Nexus. So yeah, over here, the scatter plot shows a relationship between x and y. Line of best fit is also shown. At x is equal to 3, which of the at x is equal to 32, which of the following is closest to the y value predicted by line of best fit? So at 32, if you see, it's over here, between 2 and 3. Answer is going to be 2.4. Question number 41. This is a scatter plot, which is the approximate linear model. So you can see your y-intercept is going to be closer to 10. And your slope is going to be negative. Now let's check our options. So 9.4 plus 0.9x makes the most sense. Not minus, plus, minus. Yeah, because it's decreasing. Because b is approximately 10 and slope has to be negative. So this is the only option that makes sense. (44). This is the last medium question. Thankfully, yeah. So each year the value of investment increases by, so whenever your value is increasing by or decreasing by a certain percentage, this is going to be your exponential. So the answer is increasing exponential. Also remember, there's one more thing. If it is 49%, for example, if investment is 49% of previous year, just don't write exponential if you see the percentage sign. So this is going to be y is equal to 0.49 over 100 times x. This is a linear function. Only when it increases by a percentage or decreases by a percentage. This is where everybody gets confused. They see percentage sign, they write exponential. No, if it is just at 49% of previous year, it is linear. So you have to look also for increases by or decreases by, then only it's exponential. So percentage always does not mean exponential. Okay? So this is something that I wanted to cover. So yeah, with this, all the medium questions are also done. And they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 15 of them are approximately medium. So almost 9 questions are tough questions. So yeah, I'll be taking a little break and I'll be opening up the first hard question. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's question number 11. Remember this concept. This is very important. Do not get confused. Do not just see percentage and see mark exponential. See if it is increasing or decreasing by a percentage or it's just a percentage of something. That will depend. First hard question. Give it a try. And I'm just going to take a little break. I'm here only, but I'm just relaxing. Also, you can, yeah. Also, you can tell me in the chat which topic you want me to cover next. I'm thinking of system of linear equations, word problems. But if you want me to cover something else, you can tell me. For example, percentages and scatter plot came in between because there was a demand for that. So if you also want me to cover something, you can ask me that. And the one thing is remaining, that is Desmos. Like everything about Desmos. So I will be doing that during the last week of September. So today the third week has started, so I'll be doing it in the fourth week. Other than that, You can suggest the topic that you want me to cover. Now the break is over. I'll start with the hard questions. Scatter plot shows the federal mandated minimum wage every 10 years between 1940 and 2010, years since 1940. Okay. Line of best fit is shown. Equation is 0.096x minus 0.488. What does the line of best fit predict about the increase in minimum wage over the 70-year period? So they're talking about average increase in minimum wage. So that means they're talking about slope. And our slope is 0.096. So these two options are gone because we're looking for 0.096. Now the value of x, okay, minimum wage every 10 years. So they're showing every 10 years. For example, but this is 1940, this is 1950, this is 1960, this is 1970, 1980, 1990, 2000, 2010, wait, 1940, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000 and 2010, yeah. They're only showing options up to 70. So when x is equal to 70, then it is 2010. So this increases for every year. At 30, this is the value, but let's spend a little more time on it. At 40, this is the predicted value. So this is approximately 1. So it is for every year. Why? Because 1950 is denoted when x is equal to 10. So slope, it is the increase for each when x is equal to 1. All right. So this is the answer. I hope that makes sense. And you can also see for every 10 years, it is approximately closer to 1. And this is 0.01. So it's closer to 1. That means it will be 0.96 for every 10 years, not 0.096. So every 10 years is also gone. If the values were 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 7 represented 2010, then the slope will be for every 10 years. I hope that makes sense. Next question is question number 18. The scatter plot above shows the company's ice cream sales in dollars and the high temperature on 12 different days. Which of the, okay, again, they're asking for the line of best fit. So as you can see, the y-intercept. Oh, and if you will see, they're starting with 10. So at 10, the value is closing 400 will keep decreasing. So your slope, so your y-intercept has to be close to 300. Or what you can do, take this point, take this point. These are approximate points, right? So just put them in Desmos and we'll use Desmos modeling for this. Because directly we are not able to make much sense out of it because it is going from 600 to 700. Or it is going from 610 to 690. Yeah. At 16 and at 18. So the gap is little less than 100 and this is 2. So your slope is approximately 40. And now at 10 you can see this is going to be near 400. So you're decreasing by 80, so it should be 33t plus 300. All right, and what you can do, go to Desmos, make those 2 points. We have taken 16 comma 610 and we have taken 18 comma. Yeah, because you can save some time over here. And now just write y1 mx1 plus b. You will not get the exact values, but you will get the approximate idea. M is 40, closer to 40, b is closer to negative 30. Oh my god. So slope is going to be 33. Okay, let us take one more point at 12. It is 490. B is 92.8. So yeah, this is not the option. Oh yeah. Okay. Because you're not increasing by 1, you're decreasing by. So yes, I found out what I was doing wrong. You're not decreasing by 40 because you're going from 10 to 0. So you're decreasing by 400 approximately. So that is why it will be very less than 100 also. This is your answer. So take 2 or 3 more points. You will get the reasoning, or what you can do, you can also take the exact points. At 12 it is 590, but these points, they're not very clear. Okay, so it's option D, not option C. I hope that makes sense. So for harder questions, when it's like the easy questions and medium questions, we were able to like figure out what is the slope, what is the y-intercept. Over here it's a little difficult. So what you do, you just take 2 or 3 random points, put it in the table and do Desmos modeling. You will get approximate value of slope, approximate value of y-intercept. Accordingly, choose your option. All right. Points we have taken is 12, 490, 16, 610, and 18, 690. And these are your approximate values. For example, you can also make them 605, 695, 495 because it's very close. So your M is again closer to 32. So closer to 32.5 is 33 and closer to your 100 is your 84. From there also you're getting option D. Okay. So here you're just taking the approximate points and take more than 2 points. And then because with 2 points, none of the options were matching. So I had to take 1 more point and then just do Desmos modeling. This was question number 18. Next is question number 22. I think so. Yeah. In fact, let me go back to 11th question, because here also you're like, how can I be sure if they're talking about each year or they're talking about every 10 years? Yeah, in the predicted one, it is almost changing by 1. Yeah. And using Desmos modeling will be waste of time. So I would prefer this method only. Question number 22, that's the third question. The scatter plot shows a relationship. Certain birds spend in flight and the number of days after January 11, X. Okay. What is the average rate of change in hours per day of the length of the time the birds spend in flight on January 13 to January 15? So X is equal to 0 is January 11. So this is going to be January 12. This is going to be January 13, 14 and 15. Oh, my bad, it's increasing by 2. So this is going to be 13. That is like, it doesn't make sense. And this is going to be January 15. Because this is 2 days after. So 2 days after January 11, you have to keep adding 2. So January 13, it is 6. January 15, it is 15. There is no predicted value. We're taking this value 4, 15 and you're taking this value 2, 6. And now you just have to subtract them. 15 minus 6. Over 4 minus 2. 4.5 is your answer. Okay. AORC means average rate of change. It should actually be AROC. Yeah. So you're just taking the points. After 22, next is 25. So each dot represents the temperature and number. Line of best fit is given. Slope is approximately 57. According to this estimate, how many additional people per day are predicted? Per day are predicted to visit the beach for each 5-degree increase in the average temperature. Okay. Each dot represents the temperature and the number of people who visited on one of 11 different days. Okay, slope is approximately 57. That means what? When you're increasing the temperature by 1 degree Celsius, your increase in number of people is 57. So when this is 5 degrees Celsius increase, it should be 57 times 5. That's method 1 of solving. The second method is slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now temperature is increasing by 5 degrees Celsius, so x2 minus x1 is 5. Additional people you want to find out. That means you want to find out y2 minus y1. Slope is 57. y2 minus y1 over 5. Multiply with 5 on both sides. y2 minus y1 is going to be 57 times 5. That's your answer. In both the cases, it is 57 times 5. 285. So 285 additional people are estimated or predicted to visit the beach for each 5-degree increase in average temperature. Next one is question number 31. Scatter plot below shows the amount of electric energy, and this is sort of your quadratic. And if you see your y-intercept should be less than 760, positive 760. So these two options are gone because C should be closer to 760 but less than 760. Okay, and AX square plus BX plus C. Now, if you look at the shape, it is downward parabola, right? So A has to be negative. So A is negative, C is approximately 760, 750. This is the correct answer. Okay. So first you're looking at the y-intercept. If that is not eliminating all the options, then you just, oh, sorry, this is downward. So A is negative. I've written A is negative and then I'm choosing the option that is positive. Sorry, this is your answer because A is negative. And then you see the shape of the parabola. If it's upward or downward, that will give you the value of A. That should eliminate all the options. Next is 37. Which of the following shows these, okay, size X and sale price Y of 25 houses? Line of best fit. Okay. You just draw a line from between here. Oh, this is not line of best fit because line of best fit is when approximately the upper values and the lower values somewhere in between. So more like this, yeah. So at 2 it is 300. At 3 the value is 400. At 1 the value is 200. So slope is going to be 100. And your y-intercept is also approximately 100. It's 400 minus 300 over 1. Oh, this is for slope. So 100x plus 100 makes the most sense. Okay? Yeah, that's about it. Next is 39. Yeah. See this question? f of x equals, I told you in the last medium question, f of x equals 201% of x. It's increasing linear because f of x equals check in Desmos also. Because this is percentage of x, it is not increasing by a percentage. See, you're getting a straight line. So this is increasing linear. Because here it is not increasing or decreasing by. It's just percentage of. So when it is just percentage of x, it is linear. Remember this. They've given a question also. Question number 40 is also your hard question. Okay, account A is $500 invested amount, balance increase is 6% annual interest. So this is your exponential. Account B is 1,000 you have invested and it is increasing by $25 per year. Which of the following is true? So again, we'll make the equations. So this is exponential. Amount invested is 500. Annual interest is was 6%. So this is going to be 1.06 to the power x. This is your linear. Amount invested is 1,000. And it is increasing by $25 per year. So plus 25x. This is A. This is R. Formula is A times 1 plus R percent. So you don't have to write percent. You have to write R over 100. You have to write R in decimals to the power x. Okay? Because they're increasing. If you are decreasing, it is 1 minus R over 100 to the power x. And linear is just A plus Bx. So this is A, this is B. Now we have two equations. Type them and see what is happening. So 500 times 1.06 to the power x. Of course, the exponential one is going to be initially smaller because you're investing $500. So account A earns less money. This is my answer. But because exponential will always outrun your linear. That is why it is compounding, and that is why they ask you to put your money in the stocks, mutual funds, and not in your bank, because bank provides simple interest, while your mutual funds, FDs, they provide compound interest. And this one is 1,000 plus 25x. Zoom out. What did I tell you? Okay, zoom out a little more. You cannot look for the negative money. Over here, exponential is smaller, but after a point, exponential gets bigger. That's always going to happen. Whenever they're asking you to compare linear and exponential, exponential will be initially smaller, but eventually it will become more. We had one more question regarding this. So you can also look at the graph, but remember this, whenever they're talking about comparing exponential and linear, exponential is less than linear first. But after a certain point, exponential goes bigger than linear. But that doesn't mean that you take exponential as 2. Now you're spending $2 and then you're expecting that it will go more than and it will. After 100 years, but it will. Okay? So it's always true. So yeah, remember this concept whenever they're asking you to compare the exponential and linear, and both are increasing. If both are decreasing, then what will happen? Then exponential will be greater than linear first. But after a certain point, linear will become greater than exponential because exponential is going to decrease at a faster rate. It's going to decrease much more. This is if both are decreasing. We can write down this concept. And now moving forward, there's a message. I'll read that message and then I'll go forward. Ma'am, don't give up. We students are there for you. Thank you so much for your effort. Thank you, Rishi Bhaskar, and that means a lot. Do I know you, Rishi? Because I had a student named Rishi who used to take classes for me. I do not know if it's the same Rishi or not. Hi, Satvik. Yana. 41, and then we have 42. Over here, scatter plot is given to you according to the line of best fit, which of the following is closest to the predicted increase in total fat. So just another way of writing slope. Predicted increase in total fat in grams for every 1 increase of gram in total protein. They're looking for slope. So if you will see from 10 to 20, how much it is increasing? This is approximately 20. This is approximately 30. Now it's better to put it in decimals because all the values are very close. So it should be between, it could be 1, it could be 1.5. Definitely it's not going to be 2 because from 10 to 20 you're not increasing by 20, but it could be 1 or 1.5. So let's use Desmos. All right, because here also it's 32, you can say, and here it is like 48. It's closer to 1.6. This is 48 I'm taking, and this I'm taking as 62. 1.4. And here it is 18. 32 minus 18 over 10. Again 1.4. So the answer should be 1.5. This is method 1, or you can use Desmos modeling here also, because points are like, you have got your points. 10 comma, we can take 19. I have taken 18, so you can take 18 as well. 20 comma 32, and we'll take one more, 30 comma 48. So when there are fewer points, then you can take it, but if there are lots of points, then it gets difficult. 18, 20, 32. Because 1 and 1.5 are very close. That is why I'm just making sure. So when you see all the options are very close to each other, then approximation is not going to work. M is 1.5. So answer is 1.5. Use this. Because all the options are so close to each other. So if options are farther away from each other, then you can just take 2 points and do approximation. But here, it's a little difficult. I think that's it. That's it. We're done. Nineteenth question. No, yeah, there are too many points. So this is the best way to do it. And now because it is a approximation, I'm also going to check my answers. Okay, and it's always better to check our answers now. So now I will just open my answers. One is A. Let me first save it. Build data. I will write scatter plots. Solved by me. I have it here. I haven't just uploaded to the drive. First is A, correct. Second is B, correct. Third is A, correct. Fourth is B. It's an easy question. These one would be correct only. I just want to confirm the hard ones, but I'm checking all of them. Fifth is B. Sixth is C. Seventh is half. Yeah. Eighth is negative 0.7. Yeah. Ninth is C. Okay. Also here, remember that thing I will write here also. Exponential is less than linear initially. Exponential is greater than linear after some time. If both of them are increasing. So this one is C. Tenth one is B. 11th one is A. Yeah. And let's see what their explanation is. I also want to know how they're doing it. Choice C is incorrect. May result from using 10-year increments given on the x-axis to incorrectly interpret the slope of lying list. Okay, they're not giving anything. So 12. Basically, in 11th one, I will go over it one more time. So x is increasing by 1, if you see. Right, because 1950 is given as 10. The value of x is 10. That means x is increasing by 1. So for each year, the slope is increasing by 0.096. Because x represents increase in the year by 1 year. Alright? Now 12th, okay, I'll again make it smaller. A. Correct. 13 is B. Correct. 14 is C. Correct. 15 is B. Correct. 16 is A. Correct. 17 is B. Yeah, that's also correct. I'm just worried about the hard questions, but I'm checking everything. 18th. It's D, yeah. Now I want to see what they're doing. Yeah, they're finding the slope. That's approximately 33. That also we got. Ah, okay. So you can just use the point and use Desmos modeling. That's the best way to solve it. Okay. 19th is C. How they're doing it? Yeah, y-intercept is going to be close to 1. That's correct. Every point is increasing by 3. 20 is C. 21 is D. 22 is 4.5. Now I'm bored, but yeah, we have to check. 23 is A. 24 is B. Almost halfway done. 25 is 285. This was easy. 26 is A. 27 is B. 28 is D. That is easy. I know that is correct for sure. 29 is 1994. That's my birth year. That's correct. 30 is 480. Correct. 31 is option D. Correct. Because it's going downward, so A has to be negative, and your slope is positive. So not the slope, I'm sorry. The y-intercept is positive. 32 is A. 33 is easy, only C. 34 is C again. 35 is B. 36 is also B. 37 is also B. Yeah. I'm just trying to understand how will you able draw the diagram. I will figure out a way for that, because if you're able to draw, then this is the best way to solve it. 38 is C. 39 is D. 40 is A. No, this can't be A. See, I got one question wrong, so let's understand this. So it's true that exponential is greater than increasing first, and after a certain point, sorry, exponential is decreasing first, and then linear becomes greater. But they're talking about account A always earns more money per year than account B. So they're talking about per year. This is question number 40 that we're doing again. So per year, that means the slope of exponential is always greater than slope of linear. Well, not always, we'll find this, okay? I'm just doing undo so that I can see my equations. So if you take the value at 1 minus 500, you're seeing it's 30. It's slightly greater than, it's 25 for this one, right? So they're talking about per year. That's the catch. They're not talking about account A is always going to earn more money. So in per year, you have to find the average rate of change. For first year in exponential. Okay, so basically we are doing 500 times 1.06 to the power 1 minus 500 times 1.06 to the power 0. That's just minus 500. And check if this value is greater or lesser. So I did not see the options clearly. I did not see per year. That is why it's very important. Be very focused. I wasn't, so I made a mistake. So this per year is very important. Okay. When this is valid, when they're talking about, there's no per year. Earns less money, then earns more money. In total. Now, can we say that is always going to be true? No, we cannot, because let me say that if it were increasing by 5%, then they are equal. So that option doesn't make sense. If it were 4%, then also it is not true. So over here, you cannot be sure. You will have to find the average rate of change for the first year for exponential and see if it is equal to, greater than, or less than the rate of change of linear function. Okay. So yeah. So this per year is very important. $41 is D. 42 should be C. Correct. For here, use Desmos modeling after getting the points because values are very close to each other. 43 is C. 44 is C. And 45 is C again. So just remember this thing in question number 40, we have done it again. Because they're talking about who earns more money per year. They're talking about per year. That means they're interested in the rate of change. They're not interested in the actual values. Actual values, exponential is earning less, then it starts earning more. But for per year, it can be anything. It could be greater than, it could be equal to, or it could be less than. So yeah, that is it. We are done. All right. Yeah, and we have checked all the answers also. So my only concern is when the best line of error is not given, how will you make that line? If you're able to draw, because annotate is not the option in SAT, I hope it worked, then I wouldn't be worried so much. So I'll have to think about it because I do not know if any other, because you cannot write all the points. That's just madness. All right. Or maybe wait. We can do one thing. So in one, just take the middle value, because in one there are lots of points. In two there are lots of values, so just take the middle value. Okay. So let me go to question number 19 again and see if we can do that, because there has to be one more option. Yeah, so over here, let's say I'm not drawing this. Now for one, there are two values given to you, 2 and 6. So take 4, 1 comma 4. For 2, there is only one value, 2 comma 7. Take that. For 3 also, take the middle value. The minimum is on 9, maximum is 12. So between 9 and 12, we can take 10.5. I got the way. When multiple values are there at a point. And then use Desmos modeling, because you might not be able to you know writing all the points is madness. That is why I was like, how can you write all the points? But I've just take the middle value. This is your method too, when you're not able to draw the line. And now just go to Desmos, write the points. And you can see also approximately it's 3 and then it's 3.5. So the slope is closer to 3. And y-intercept has to be less than 4. So 4 minus 3 is 1, because the slope is approximately 3. So at 0, it should be closer to 1. That is why you can choose option C, or you can go to Desmos as well. 3.25, 0.67. So 3.3 is closer and 0.82 is closer. Or here you can write it would be 0, 1. If you are subtracting 3, subtracting 1. Got it? Thank God I found the way. So question number 19 also we have done again, because you will not be able to draw the line like this and then figure out your answer. So there should be a way. So at 1, what we are doing, this is your minimum value, this is your maximum value, we're taking the middle value. For 2, there's only 1 point, we're taking it. For 3, again, this is your minimum, this is your maximum, we are taking the middle value. For 4, there is only 1 point. No, again, there are 2 points over here. So you'll again take the middle value, but you don't need more than 3 points. All right, in scatter, whenever scatter plot is given and you're doing the modeling, take at least 3 points, because 2 points can give you wrong answers. Same thing we'll try. Yeah, in this question, you don't need it. Yeah, for example, over here, you directly have the points. At 1, it is 4. There's no way I can undo it, and I always erase things. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. So at 1, it is approximately 4. At 2, it is approximately 6 or 7. At 3, it is 10. At 4, you can say it's 13. So you can see the slope is approximately 3. And at 0, it should be 1, because you're subtracting 3 over here. Or you can use Desmos modeling as well. Okay? Over here, you didn't even need to make anything, because y-intercept is directly given to you. Yeah, for example, over here again. without line. So at 1, you see all the values are centered around 200, right? So at 1, you can write 200. And when you see 2, the minimum is approximately 225. Maximum is around 350. So in this range, you can see 300 is in the middle. At 2.5, the values are scattered, like the cluster is around 350. You've got your 3 points, use Desmos modeling. Okay, you will get your answer. This one is easy. You don't need the Desmos modeling because you can eliminate the options. That's about it. I hope you understood it. So what we are doing, because you will not be able to draw the line, and that was giving me headache how to do it. So what you do, if multiple values are given, you just see the like which one is the middle value. Like if 250 is also given, 350 is also given, take 300 for that particular point. Okay, and if all the values are clustered around a point, you can just take that value. So that is how you can get your points, and then you can use Desmos modeling to get the equation. And it is for the questions where you cannot eliminate the options. All the slopes are positive, all the y-intercepts are closer to each other. You do not know what to do. In those cases, Desmos modeling is helpful. Otherwise, by just looking at the sign of slope and y-intercept, you'll be able to solve most of the questions. And same in quadratic, you have to look at the y-intercept and the is it opening up or opening down. That should work. So yeah, that's everything about the scatter plot and the modeling. And we're done for today. And yeah. And yes, Rishi, I'm not going to give up. Thank you so much for being there for me. And so, because there's no recommendation, next I will be doing system of equations word problems. Yeah. Bye.